Hi guys, I'm Syauqi from Oopsie. Today I'm gonna do a tutorial assignment that was given to us by our special effects lecturer, Mr. Bob. The tutorial is based on another tutorial that was posted by Videofort. So I've given a link on the description, so check it out. Check the original video. Maybe it's much clearer than my tutorial. So this tutorial is about creating particle stroke effect. Creating particle stroke effect using After Effects. Okay. So I'll be showing you the end result for the tutorial. As you can see, that's a particle stroke effect. Okay. To make this tutorial, you have to have two plugin effects, which is Trapcode Particular and Trapcode Lux. Both you can download it at redgiant.com, and I think it's you have to buy the plugin, but there's a trial demo version which you can try for this tutorial, and the plugin is quite good. I've used it on my music video, and it's very worth it to buy the plugin. So Trapcode Particular and Trapcode Lux on redgiant.com. So I'm gonna start our tutorial on creating particle stroke effect using After Effects. So first thing first, we're gonna create a new composition. We're gonna name the composition to main com. Okay. So the dimension is 1280 for white, and height is 720, which is half HD if I'm not mistaken. So 1280 for white, 720 for height. Frame rate I use is 23. Frame rate that I use is 24 frames per second. Duration you can use 8 seconds. Okay. Alright. We have our main com. So first thing first, we're gonna create a text layer, and we're gonna type our words. So for this particular assignment, our lecturer given us the theme, which is beauty. So what he meant is our interpretation of beauty. So I chosen the word yume, which is the Japanese word for dream. So first thing first, I'm using Japanese word. That's because I think Japanese language is quite beautiful, and yume is dream. So dream is quite beautiful. When you wake up, the reality of it isn't quite beautiful. So that's why I use the word dream or yume for my tutorial. Okay. So I'm using the font Arial Black, which is a basic font. Next thing, we need to make a mask of the word. We can use it using two methods. One is using the pen tool, but make sure you select the layer. So this is the first method. just trace the word. As you can see, it takes a while to trace one letter. That's one method, but as you can see, you have to trace the other word as well. But I think this takes longer, so we're gonna delete the mask and use another method, which is auto trace, which you can find at layer auto trace, and make sure you click the layer. So layer auto trace, use the default setting, press OK. As you can see, the mask is auto trace by itself, but there's a bit of flaw on the tracing, but for now we can use this, and maybe we can adjust it later. So we have our mask. So the next thing we need to do is create a new solid, name it particular. We're gonna use this solid to make to use the trapcode particular effect. So click OK. So on the particular layer, right click on the particular layer, select effect, trapcode, and click particular. Okay, so as you can see, there's a bit of particles going on behind there, so we're gonna use that as one of the elements to make our particle stroke effect. So now we need to connect this particle with the word. So the first step is we need to create light. We need to create a new light layer. Okay, this is quite important. The name of the layer should be emitter, which is E-M-I-T-T-E-R, emitter. I'll show you why. If I put the layer name light, press OK, the way we need to connect it, we need to click the particular layer and select emitter. On the emitter type, we need to connect it with lights, but it won't let us because only light whose names start with emitter are used. So we need to create the light layer using the name emitter. So once again, E-M-I-T-T-E-R. So press OK. So next thing, using the same method, to click particular on the emitter tab, emitter type, we select light. So now both of it are connected. So another thing is you need to change the meter light options to point, because we don't want to use the spotlight for our particle effect. Okay, so as you can see, the emitter, the light layer the particular follows the emitter layer. So both of it is connected. So now we need to connect it with the text. So the next step is we're gonna copy the mask. So first thing first, turn off the layer for the text, which is Yume, and auto trace, which is the mask. But click the mask layer. As you can see, the outline for the mask, you can see it. So click on the first letter, which is Y, and on the auto trace layer, press M. You can find that the mask for is the mask for the letter Y. So click mask path, edit copy on the emitter, press P for position. On the position, we're gonna paste the mask to the position. So once we paste, as you can see, the particles is surrounding the letter Y. So we're closer to where we wanna go, but we're gonna change a bit on the setting for the particular to show this. We need so that the stroke, we can see the stroke more. So on the velocity setting for the emitter, for the particular layer, select emitter. On the velocity, change the velocity to 0, and the velocity for motion to 0. So you can see the Y more clearly, but it's still a bit clustered. So we're gonna change the emitter size for X, Y, and Z to 0. All 3 0. So now we can see the Y more clearly. So, but there's still a bit of shape. We need to adjust the shape a bit. So we're gonna click the particle, change the size to 2, and the lives in second to 1.5. Okay, I'm gonna change the particles per second, which is in under the emitter tab, to 250. Okay, so now the line is more clear, but as you can see, there's a bit of a flaw, which is caused by the auto trace that we use. So to correct this, we can use the position subframe. Change the position subframe from linear to 10 times linear. As you can see, it automatically corrects itself. Okay, so the next step is we want to make the effect more like a light. So on the particle tab, choose size of a life, change the graph to linear, which is the second one. As you can see, the lines start to fade, and we can change also the opacity of a life to linear also. As you can see, the effect, we can see the light effect, which it follows the light, and there's a darkness after the light. Okay, Now the next step is we need to copy this, repeat this step on all the letters for our text. So we need to do the same steps on U, M, and E. But we can use the same emitter, just copy the path on the different emitter. So on the outer trace layer, click on U, which is mask 5. So click on mask path, edit, copy. On the emitter layer, press Ctrl D to duplicate, and press P for position. But as you can see, the timeline for the emitter is the same, so we need to change that. So click on the time watch here, so the timeline is clear. So click on the position and edit, paste. So there you have the U. So I'm gonna change the time bit. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat this step to all the last two words, which is M and E. Click on M, which is mask 1, and mask path. Click mask path, copy, duplicate another emitter, press P for position, clear the timeline, and paste. So we have our M. We need the last letter, which is E. Click on E, which is mask 2. Click on mask path, edit, copy, duplicate the emitter, press P for position, clear the timeline, edit, paste. We have all our letter here. So as I said, the only way that we can connect the particular and light layer is with if the layer name is emitter. But as we duplicate this 2, 3, 4, so I'm sure that's okay, as long as we have the layer name emitter. So now we have all 4 letters that form the word Yume. Okay, now we can adjust the timeline a bit. So I'm gonna change the position a bit for 2. The default setting for each particular effect is 2 seconds, so I'm gonna drag it a bit around 3 seconds. Okay, same with, okay, sorry, first thing first, you need to click on the position so that around 3 seconds. You can do as you please in this one, because this is more on how you want your text to appear. So I'm doing that a bit. So let's see how it looks. Okay, I think it's okay. So we need to add easy ease, which is you can click on the first timeline here, the keyframe, the first keyframe. Right click keyframe assistant and press easy ease. Do the same on all the keyframes, first and also last. Keyframe assistant, easy ease. Okay, now that I have adjusted a bit, the white can be a bit longer here. We don't want it to be in order, to look a bit random. I think this is okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's quite nice. Okay, so alright. Now next step is we need to make it look more refined. So we're gonna create another layer, which is we're gonna create another solid. Right click, new solid. This time we're gonna rename the solid to Lux, Lux. So as you can figure out by now, this is for the effect for trap code Lux. Okay. See, there's trap code Lux. It ignites a light on the text. So we're gonna change the intensity for the pond light on 35. Maybe change it to 50. Alright. So okay. Run preview it. Okay, I think that's quite nice. So next step is we're gonna make the original word, the original text appear, which is Yume, the Yume layer. Okay, now we need the text to appear once the light goes out. So around 3 seconds we can start to make the word Yume appear. So first thing first, on the Yume layer we're gonna change the opacity on to 0%, and then click on the stopwatch, on the 3rd second we click on the time watch. Okay, so it is 0% on the 3rd frame. On the 5th frame we're gonna, on the 5th second, add another keyframe, but this time we're gonna change the opacity to 100%. Okay, so you can see what Yumi appears. I think it appears too abruptly, so we're gonna add a keyframe easy is on the first keyframe. Okay, so now we're gonna change the opacity on the particular layer and also the lux layer. We don't want it to appear, we want it appear more on fade in, so I'm gonna change the opacity on the first 0 seconds to 0%, and about half a second gonna change it to 100%. This goes the same for the lux layer. Click on the time watch, 0%, and on the half second, another keyframe, 100%. Okay, so it doesn't appear too abruptly. So now we're gonna make the stroke disappear once the word Yumi appears. So it's around 3 seconds, I suppose. I'm gonna add another another keyframe for both the particular and lux layer. And on the 5-second mark, we're gonna change the opacity to 0%. So let's see how it goes. Okay, the time limit is a bit longer and the Yumi appears, so we're gonna change a bit on the opacity for the Yumi layer. Maybe we can move this keyframe a bit. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, I think it's quite nice. So there you go, the tutorial for creating a particle stroke effect. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it's very useful to you all, and